Hi, this is SheriVeronica. I do not want to undermine this blogger, the person who sent this to me, but anytime someone thinks that their information or what they're sending is going to, break a sweat on a Bayesian or, be at the top of the heap in terms of news, it never happens. It never happens. Barbadians move in an oblivious sort of way. They really don't care, okay? Sometimes they are excited if you entertain them to the point for them to be excited, but usually it's a different type of excitement that they respond to, okay? They don't really respond to what may be true and what may be happening and what may affect the landscape of Barbados. It's a strange set of people and circumstances you find there. Now let me go into this blog. This person is saying that they have a bombshell piece of information for me. Information so shocking and disgusting, it would make the average Bayesian shame. There's no shame in Barbados, okay? In a shocking turn of events, right after elections, the Prime Minister sent one of her close friends, quote unquote, also known as She Woman, to take over Pelican village. The woman, Maria Donna Wood, owner of Exodus, to be assets manager of Pelican. Pelican belongs to Export Barbados, BIDC. The so-called pastor, also known as CEO Mark Hill, gave this woman to store spaces for her and her daughter, who was recently featured in a X-rated video with a now deceased drug lord. Now tell me how a woman can be a manager without even, oh, that's easy. You don't have to have certificates to manage something. If you have good employees, they do the work. And if you know what needs to be done, you can manage that. You don't have to, you see Jay-Z, you see Rihanna, you see Beyonce, they don't have no CSCs. They didn't finish high school, okay? So you can't manage a business without CSCs, okay? Far from the departure at Export Barbados, responsible for management of Pelican, they were removed from the estate, and the few who are consultants working there were told she is now the big boss. So I guess the she is Donna Wood, Marie Donna Wood. Let's call her Donna. Okay, they're talking about her body, drug lord affiliate, or maybe drug affiliate, and has a thing for young men, okay? Okay. This woman knows nothing about anything, but can be heard cursing staff and telling tenants the PM sent her there, and no one at the organization can tell her anything. I'm just going to take a sip of coffee, okay? 1 second. Thank you. Okay, so that happens a lot. People get put in positions by a politician and then they turn and tell you, the politician put me here, so none of you just keep your mouth shut, keep your vexedness to yourself, because no one can move me but the politician who put me here. You hear that a lot, okay? She has since brought in her own team and disregarded who she found. The CEO has no idea what he's doing. He has allowed her to treat people as she likes. She has instructed keys to be removed from security, and she should have them. Only she has those keys now to, for whatever part of the building that she needs those keys for. She takes the property of the corporation. Remember, I don't know if I said it before. This is being alleged. All is being alleged, okay? And fixes. She takes the property of the corporation and fixes only the store, which has not even opened, yet she's painting, power washing, landscaping her space while tenants awaiting upgrades and repairs. Since 2024, they have none. More shocking is, in the last few days, the corporation's money was used to purchase expensive shutters to put on her unopened store. How did the Prime Minister, who is preaching about doing what is best for Barbados, can take her ex-lover and send her to run a government organization? If the woman was qualified, you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind if she was qualified. But this woman is treating both tenants and staff like garbage. And the management at BIDC stand idly by because the Prime Minister sent her there. And she has the audacity to be half naked in outfits, taking photos for her clothing store in the government place. Okay? How you wouldn't think Mark Hill and bankrupt Export Barbados would be smarter, but he rubber stamped whatever this woman does. Maybe what they meant to say is you would think that Mark Hill would be smarter and not sanction what is happening, but he is rubber stamping everything, and the staff, they're being warned not to offend Mrs. Wood as she reports directly to the Prime Minister, and it could cost them their jobs. Mia got 30 love. This is what she got 30 love to do. And they're saying that this is part one because the corruption is at an all-time high. Okay? So they sent me some photos. I'll put those up, but I wanted you to see this part of it so you can, you can see it, and you can, you know how to manage with your own, as they write and as they describe things that are happening in Barbados. So you can read through this. You want me to go down? I think I'll go down one more time. Okay, so this is the first paragraph here. That's the first paragraph. This is the second paragraph. I think people have the right to do whatever they want to do with their bodies, and people shouldn't attack people because you have to have money to do certain things, and if you have money, you'd be surprised what you yourself may do. You'd be surprised. But the whole gist of this blog is the unfairness that comes along with that power when a politician put someone in a particular place, and how that person behaves and acts as though they are untouchable because a politician put them there. It's a unfairness, and it seems unjust, and people are walking on eggshells, and it is just not a good scene. It's not a good thing to happen to anyone. Okay, not anyone should happen to, but this is the world you created. And this is SheriVeronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.